Ben, Henry, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary. Before we start, I've heard the last time you were filming together didn't go so well. Are we going to be okay this time, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. There's no paint here, so Henry can't try and paint me. And
Is that what it was last time?
Yeah, Morg's very childish.
Right, well, the Player Diary today. What's been the schedule so far? First of all, you're in the gym, is that right, for a bit of inside rugby work?
Yeah, we had a bit of skills with Catty, and then a bit of power work with Bobby, and then into some game impact stuff with Wig.
What sort of a benefit is it having that inside facility indoors?
Yeah, it's nice when the weather's bad, you know, just to get inside and the footing's all good and you can do what you want inside really without the weather affecting it.
And then outside for a bit of rugby, what was going on out there?
yeah, it's just a bit of a team session before we travel today. We were able to get a bit of detail done, have a small split with the forwards and backs, go through a few line-outs, into some scrums, and then together with the team play.
I saw you having a bit of a wrestle with Lee Dickson as well. How did that work out?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, he pinned me down there and I couldn't move.
What was he saying though? Was he saying, do you want to have a run afterwards or something? What was he going on about?
Basically, yeah. No, basically, part of our warm-up, you've got to try and pin the person to the floor, and yeah, let's just say Dicko didn't really manage to pin me.
Bit of a mismatch. How does that work out? Surely you've been better off taking on Henry?
Yeah, probably. But I think Dicko was a bit of fun.
And then travel to Edinburgh tonight. What do you tend to do when you're travelling on England away trips?
Just get my iPad out and try and find some series I haven't watched, and just kind of put my head down and watch them really.
What are you on at the moment? What are you watching?
Watching Luther. I'm on series 3 of Luther. That's pretty good.
And Ben, what do you tend to get up to?
Just a bit of card games, that sort of stuff. Hot one at the moment is Monopoly cards. Pretty fun. But that's about it, really.
Who's the best at that and who's the worst at that? I see you playing it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'd probably play it a lot. I'd like to think I'm the best, but no, I'm not. I don't know.
DC.
Yeah, Danny's. I was going to say Danny's probably come of
he
age recently.
He used to be the worst.
He's pretty good.
Is he?
Yeah, he's come
the
round.
worst at the start.
Who introduced it? Explain a bit about the game. And
Dylan Hartley, it's his game. So it's basically Monopoly with a set of cards, and yeah, there's no board. It's all cards. It's pretty fun.
Liam, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary. You're one of the last ones out on the pitch there at Murrayfield, the captain's run. What were you working on?
Just working on my kicking really, just getting a feel for the pitch, how the ball bounces on the rollers, you know, with DC. Where the wind's going, obviously it might change tomorrow, but just getting a feel for the pitch really. You've
played it before, of course, made your debut here 2 years ago, but quite a lot of players haven't. How important is the captain's run in terms of familiarising themselves with the stadium and the dressing room and things like that?
It's really important. You come here, you find out the changing rooms, how all the logistics work. You know, at Murrayfield you come out and have a look at the pitch, you know what studs you're going to have to wear, and then you know tomorrow the full prep's already sorted from today.
Can people get an idea of what the atmosphere is going to be like though? Is there any way they can do that, or is that just something different?
No, not at all really. The atmosphere is really good. You know, I made my debut here 2 years ago, and it was a special moment for myself and my family. And you know, the atmosphere was absolutely rocking, and you know, we got the win as well, which was the most important thing, which is going to be the most important thing tomorrow.
What do you tend to do on the evening of the evening before a game? How do you relax and sort of get right mentally?
I quite like relaxing. I like relaxing, having a cup of coffee with the boys. We have a little game called Monopoly now, Deal it's called. It's a card game, and there's about 5 of us that usually play that. You know, you swap in and out. You might go and watch a film, have some food, but usually just relax, play a bit of cards with the boys, and then get an early night.
I've seen you playing that a lot. Who's the best at Monopoly cards?
It kills me to say, but it's probably Dylan Hartley.
The guy who introduced the game.
He introduced the game, and he does spend probably most of his days at home, him and his missus, playing 2-player on it, so that's probably why he's the best. But I'd have to say the worst, probably Owen Farrell. He can't see out a game ever, or even start a game very well, so he'd probably have to be the worst. Ben
Morgan was on this Player Diary yesterday, and he was mentioning he was wrestling you in training yesterday at Pennyhill Park. How did that work out? Surely number 8 against the scrum half isn't right.
It was an absolute nightmare. For some reason I was just standing there and Morgan grabbed me and wanted an easy target. I lay on top of him, he absolutely smoked me, he lay on top of me and I didn't move. So it was a bit unfair, but you know, small guy always loses. Just
finally, what's the schedule for tomorrow? What do you do on the day of a game? 'Cause it's an evening kick-off, isn't it?
It's a bit different. People get up for breakfast early and then have a sleep, but I quite liked having a sleep in, get up for a late breakfast. Because it's a late kick-off, there's 3 types to have a meal. So I choose just to have late breakfast and then pre-match and miss the middle lunch. Then we have walkthroughs about 11 o'clock, which is always quite fun. And then it's a bit of downtime, chill out, get in your book and you know, work on the plays, have a look at them, making sure you're spot on for come 5 o'clock.
Is it tough with the late kick-off? Are you one of the guys that likes to let anticipation build, or would you rather sort of get it out of the way?
I'm quite relaxed. I'm quite a relaxed person. I don't mind when we play. I prefer to play at 2 o'clock, but play at 5 o'clock, you get an extra sleep in, and especially me having 2 kids, sleep's very important. So have a little lie-in tomorrow morning is always good.